Good afternoon, everyone. Please grab a seat. I'm delighted to welcome you for this 5th edition of Funds for Change. If it takes a village to raise a kid, it takes an army. Closer? Working? OK. If it takes a village to raise a kid, it takes an army to deploy Funds for Change. And among various partners, stakeholders, ambassadors, team, and so on, I would like to personally thank you, 2 persons in this room. First is Maharzi. She has infinite expertise and especially infinite generosity in sharing her bright ideas with me. She is my true duo in creating this program. Second is Tayebaly. Thank you for the trust you've given me since day one in shaping into life every idea, everything that comes to my mind. Your vision of impact is a playground with no limits, and it truly inspires me. Thanks to both of you. Have a lovely afternoon, and please do remember that we are here to foster our ecosystem. So please do talk, connect, and accelerate cooperation.
Afternoon. What time is it? Yes. Good afternoon. I'm very pleased to be welcoming you all for this very important event at ChangeNOW, Funds for Change event, which has become one of the milestones, the key moments in the summit. So in 2025, this is the 8th edition of the ChangeNOW Summit, and it's an important edition because we're marking the celebration of the 10th anniversary of the Paris Agreement. No time for self-congratulation, but more for renewed determination. I would say that's the tone of the summit this year. We're expecting 40,000 participants over the next 3 days, and among them 10,000 companies, 2,000 C-level executives, more than 2,000 investors among you, families, kids as well on Saturday, investors, artists, athletes, all sort of profiles coming from 140 nations. So it is really a moment to gather and accelerate change concretely around the solutions and the people that are driving the transition. So I really want to thank you for being here with us today. I also wanted to pay a tribute to Maharzi Suduca, because I'm the one doing the intro, but she should be the one she's been the one actually leading and developing this event over the years with so much talent, and I really want to thank you for that, Maharzi Suduca. So over the years, we've seen increasingly more GPs joining the ecosystem, and this year, there were more than 110 applying to this event. And I know for sure that it was very tough for the selection committee to make choices. But that shows that there is, in spite of the current context, and in spite of the noise that we may hear, there is actually a long-term movement and a flow of capital in that direction. We know that investors know that investing in the environmental transition, investing in companies that are electrifying transport, that are decarbonizing buildings, that are creating the next generation of grid tech, that's where the value and that's where the resilience will come from. And so that's the reason why we've created ChangeNOW, is really to showcase those companies and to showcase the investors that are really walking the walk. So and today is not just about showcasing the pure impact player of impact investing. It's also to highlight the diversity of impact thesis, of geographies, and of vehicles. That's really what today is about. And we also want to help LPs understand better the myth and the blind spots in investing in the transition. So that's the reason why we wanted to create the conditions for LPs to discover, get insights from the market, find potential top tier GPs to partner with, to work with, and then partners for future co-investment. is truly what this event is about. And I really want to thank all the partners that have co-constructed this event with us: INDEFI, Sustainable Finance, Swen Capital Partners, Impact Europe, and Accelerate Impact, who all contribute to the growing strengths of this global impact capital ecosystem. And that's what we're proud to offer this year, and we can't wait to see all the connections, the partnerships, and the capital flows that will come out of this room today. So thank you for being here, and let's get started. Emmanuel is coming.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yes, it works. Welcome to Fund for Change. Together with Imène, we are truly delighted to be here on stage today for Fund for Change. So get ready for 3 hours of insightful and thought-provoking moments, including a showcase of 15 talented and innovative GPs that are here on the first rank, but also conversation with 4 prominent LPs and a few surprises along the way. But first, who are we? Allow me to introduce to you Emmanuel. Yes, with over 2 decades of experience across venture, impact investing, sustainable finance, you have built a reputation of a sharp advisor, a trusted catalyst, and a creative force, helping LPs, GPs, and founders in rethinking how capital should be put to work in the new climate era. Your experience to support founders has proven particularly valuable when you did the preparation work with the 15 GPs here. Whether through strategic advisory, ecosystem building, or content curation, you are committed to making finance a real force for systemic impact.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our beloved GPs. I'm so proud in advance to welcome you here. Emmanuel, to introduce you, you built a team of 25 experts in sustainability strategy 15 years ago. Since then, you worked with asset managers and asset owners who consistently value your sharp understanding of the dynamics at play in their industry, and you know how humbling sustainability and impact strategies can be. Your clients recognize the subtle balance of innovation and pragmatism that you bring on their investment journeys. And your vision, or may I say our vision, for tomorrow entails a finance ultimately in service of life. ChangeNOW is a good example of how we both put into practice our vision of how cooperation can work in finance. We've been working hand in hand with ChangeNOW, Kevin and Marie, to co-create Funds for Change, now in its third consecutive year, building on the learnings of each edition.
So let me tell you how we built the program of this afternoon. So we built first on last year's edition. And last year, for those who were there, in the Grand Palais éphémère, I explained the obstacles that LP face to innovate in the way they select and invest in sustainability and impact funds. But this year, we have decided with ChangeNOW to showcase how LPs can overcome, in concrete terms, these obstacles. So you in the room, as LP, you will see that you can build alliances, adapt your firm's values and strategy, come up with solutions in line with your convictions. You can challenge your risk perception and evaluation. You can emulate what type of financial products you can build when starting from the needs and the problems. But when building this program, we also acknowledge that we are in a very specific moment in time, a very unusual moment in time. We observe an acceleration in structural shifts, both positive and threatening. On the positive side, you can see plenty of solutions here in ChangeNOW. I can state, for instance, one number that renewable energy production numbers are off the charts. But on the negative side, where should I start? Risks that seem far away in time or highly unlikely are not priced in financial models. Just think regional wars, food system disruptions, or historical floods, like in Valencia last year, or wildfires in California a few months ago. Like the UN Secretary General told one day, humanity has been waging a war on nature for the past 50 years, and as you all know, humanity is losing it, in spite of technology, or maybe because of technology. If that wasn't enough, we now witness direct attacks on the pillars of what we believe to be a given here in Europe. Attacks on freedom, attacks on science and universities, attack on culture, on democracy, and everywhere in the globe, human rights, solidarity, economic stability are shaking. So in this context, the recent attempts to dismantle the little progress we made in sustainable finance deserve our attention, obviously, but we invite you to consider them as only a consequence, the symptoms of these much bigger issues. This is why we encourage you today and after this event to keep away from the noise. Claim your collective power as investors to influence how the economy is shaped and how we will overcome the current challenges, because this is our new normal. In our countries, economies, and also in finance, some intend to build walls, to fall back on the very local or on an illusion of what is supposed to be business as usual. On the contrary, at ChangeNOW, we invite you to build bridges, because it is paramount to come together, support one another as members of financial community that shares clear and responsible vision of what is at stake in the world. We recognize that there is a continuum of approaches when it comes to sustainability and impact, and probably you represent this continuum in the room. Some of you probably want to invest in the most responsible manner and to influence the funds and the companies in which you invest. Some of you also have a mission to use finance as a tool to deeply transform the economy and ultimately to serve life. And both attitudes are more than welcome today. And all that is in between, obviously. So that's why we've committed so much time and care with ChangeNOW to build this event, to bring together a great diversity of LPs and GP who agree on the fundamental stakes, who recognize sustainability and impact are a moving field, and who know innovation comes from the fringes. And so this year, I'm very, very happy to announce that we have more LPs than ever in the past 3 or 4 editions of ChangeNOW, of Fund for Change, sorry, because more than 150 LPs have registered. They are in the room, they are coming. Please sit. So, welcome. You come from family offices, private banks, high net worth individuals, and institutional investors from all around the world. And because capital allocation starts with connection, what you will see on stage is not the full story. ULP have received most of the 120 decks of the GPs that have applied to Fund for Change. With this documentation, you also have, through the app or through the technological means of ChangeNOW, have created more than 50 meetings already, pre-arranged, and I'm sure that you will do many more meetings today in the networking moments. Imen.
So what can you expect from these 3 hours of Funds for Change? We invite you to stay for the full program, okay? You will have a little break, but really stick around, as we have built it with ChangeNOW based on the experience and feedback of these last year's editions, but also based on our continuous discussions, in our daily job and business with more than 50 LPs and countless GPs on how to better cooperate through the investment chain. So first, you'll discover unique and forward-looking investment themes and theses from GPs working to future-proof their portfolios. We were impressed by the way they built compelling investment theses to either tackle or benefit from the megatrends affecting the world. Their bottom-up approach in designing financial products to serve their investees, beneficiaries, and protect LPs, all of this in a delicate balance. The credentials and the profiles of the teams are mind-blowing, and how they propose to create value and impact in the new climate era is certainly a source of inspiration for any serious financial player. You will also get to hear 4 prominent LPs sharing their insights and practices on the future of investing. You'll meet potential co-investors, and you'll be inspired by your international peers. Our message is really quite simple. These strategies are not marginal. They are not niche. They're timely, they're forward-looking, and they're getting mainstream. Both of us tend to be very easily bored, to be honest, at industry events. So that's why I think you can trust us when we tell you that this afternoon can be like no other. But only if you make the most of it, and you make the most of the gifts of knowledge and time offered to you by ChangeNOW and all the speakers and pitchers. So how can you make the most of it? Listen actively while asking yourself, okay, so what? How does it change anything to my usual perspective on this particular topic? Is this risk or this opportunity is well covered in my portfolio? Do I really get the gist of what is currently presented? What would I need to make this thesis audible for my investment committee? How is the value proposition engineered by this great team can be actually put into practice, etc., etc. Polish your questions, because for each GP, whether clarification or deepening question, you will have 2 minutes at the end of each pitch to ask them your questions, but you'll also get to discuss with them during the networking times, during the break, and after the session, so after 4:30, so that's why you really need to stick around. And finally, you can always reach out on the app or directly on LinkedIn. Take the opportunity to ask them all these great questions. So our promise, dozens of ideas, meaningful new relationships. That's the short-term return on your attention that we can guarantee. For the long-term returns, well, they're really up to you to co-create with one another. And that's the beauty of emergence. We wish you an excellent afternoon, and now let's get to it.
Thank you.